Objects in the universe. We'll look at galaxies, groups of galaxies, clusters of galaxies, superclusters of galaxies, and they're basically the universe. Our galaxy is roughly 100,000 light years from one side to the other. It's roughly 10,000 light years thick. In the middle, it's around 20,000 light years thick. We live somewhere in the suburbs here, around 2/3 of the way out from the center of the galaxy. When we look into the night sky, we see all these stars, and this is basically the galactic plane. So we see this concentration of stars in the disk of the galaxy. When you look at the galaxy from above, it's planned roughly like this. This is the galactic center, and we're out here on this branch of this spiral galaxy called the Orion Cygnus branch. It's like a sub-branch of this Sagittarius branch, but we're quite far out. Now let's look at the structure of these groups of galaxies and see what we get. Now this is a map showing how the galaxies, how the universe is kind of structured. We start off here with our solar system, which is all part of a group of stars, which in the local branch called where we have the local stars. All these come together to make part of our galaxy. Our galaxy fits together with other galaxies to make a local group of galaxies. These galaxies make clusters, and the clusters make superclusters. So let's look at a group of galaxies. This is our galaxy here, the Milky Way. This is the Andromeda galaxy, which is a very famous object in the night sky. And we have all these other galaxies here. Some are smaller than others. So a galactic group is a few million light years wide. It's got, let's say 3 to 6 conspicuous galaxies and more smaller galaxies. It's a bit more dense than the universe, and some of these galaxies are in orbits around each other. This is a galactic group, and here we have, this is our group here. There's Milky. Now these groups are together are called clusters of galaxies, clusters of groups of galaxies, typically 10 to 20 million light years wide. And we often have hundreds to thousands of galaxies in a cluster, which is many groups, and it's quite dense. And this is the largest gravitationally bound structure, which is a cluster. Then we have superclusters, which are 100 million light years wide, and they have tens of thousands of galaxies, so groups of clusters. So putting it all together, we have the solar system. The solar system is part of a group of stars in the branch of our galaxy, and that branch is in this part of our galaxy. Together makes a group, which includes our local group is the Andromeda galaxies there. This group makes a cluster. There's a group in this cluster there. These clusters come together to make superclusters. Now, this is quite interesting. This is a very large-scale view of our universe. Here we have a supercluster. There's another supercluster. Between these superclusters, we have what are called walls. It's just lots of material where there is matter. In fact, they're basically extended filaments of baryonic matter. Now, if you remember what a baryon is, it's basically one of the smallest things that we know of. It's a group of 3 quarks, if you remember. So much of the universe, on the greatest scale, is made up of particles which are on the smallest scale. A lot of the mass is due to this baryonic matter, which is not glowing in its own right. A lot of the mass of a universe cannot be seen because they're just baryons. And this is the universe.